The training grounds stretched across the jagged cliffs of the Deathworld, a place where only the strongest survived. The wind howled through the stone crags, carrying with it the scent of dust, blood, and ozone from distant storms. Cadets from countless planets stood in long lines, their armor catching the pale light of the dying sun, their hands clenched, their bodies tense, their hearts racing in anticipation, for today was the day the alien soldiers would emerge and test them in ways no drill or classroom had ever prepared them for. Cliffs around the arena rose like jagged teeth scraping the storm, dark clouds swirling above, lightning flashing in the distance, illuminating the ground in brief moments of stark brilliance. The cadets shifted on their feet, the harsh terrain and sharp rocks digging into their boots, reminding them that every step could be a trial in itself. They had trained for this day for months, perhaps years, yet nothing could truly prepare them for the presence of the alien soldiers, the apex predators of the Empire, whose reputation alone could crush the courage of the bravest warrior. Stories of the alien soldiers had circulated for generations, tales of their immense strength, their lightning reflexes, and the precision of their strikes, whispered in hushed tones by those who had survived encounters, and by those who had not survived at all. Cadets had grown up knowing that one hit from these warriors could shatter bone and spirit alike, that survival was not guaranteed even for the best of them, and that only instinct, courage, and a sharp mind could stand a chance against their judgment. Among the cadets stood a young Deathworlder, his skin weathered by relentless suns and harsh storms, his muscles honed through years of survival in a land where only the strongest thrived. He was not the tallest, nor the most heavily armored, nor the most decorated, yet his eyes were steady, his posture calm, his breathing measured, for he had faced predators far larger than himself, storms that could tear entire villages apart, and hunger that gnawed like claws at the mind and body. He knew that today he would be tested in a different way, yet his instincts and resilience had prepared him to survive. The ground beneath them trembled slightly, the wind picking up as if reacting to the coming trial. The cadets exchanged nervous glances, whispering prayers under their breath, their hands tightening on weapons or gauntlets. Some closed their eyes for courage, some clenched their teeth, determined to face what was coming without hesitation. The arena was silent except for the moaning wind and the occasional distant crack of lightning, yet the tension was palpable. Every breath felt heavy with anticipation, every heartbeat hammering like a drum, counting down the seconds until the alien soldiers would appear. And then a shadow fell over the cadets, a movement at the far end of the jagged cliffs, something immense and terrifying. The stories became real. In an instant the air vibrated with the power of its presence. The cadets stiffened in formation, their eyes wide, their hands gripping armor and weapons, for the first strike was about to land, and the trial of survival was beginning. The air in the training arena shifted as the alien soldiers emerged from shadowed corridors, their massive forms towering and muscular, their armor gleaming with a dark, metallic sheen that reflected the flashes of lightning above every step they took, sending vibrations through the cracked stone floor. The cadets felt the weight of their presence pressing down on them like an invisible force, the wind whipping around them, carrying the scent of ozone and raw power. The alien soldiers moved with a grace that belied their size, their muscles coiled and ready, each movement precise and deadly, their eyes glowing faintly beneath the edges of battle helmets. Legends whispered of the speed and skill of these warriors of the Empire, their strikes capable of shattering bone, their reflexes so fast that a human eye could barely follow their motion. The cadets knew from the first glimpse that this would be no ordinary test. This would be a trial of life and death. Every cadet stiffened in formation, their hands gripping weapons, their bodies poised for the first strike. Some hearts racing with fear, others with excitement, adrenaline coursing through their veins, every nerve alive, as if the storm itself had entered their bodies. The young Deathworlder cadet felt the pulse of danger hitting him, deep instinct and training merging his body ready to respond, his mind alert, his senses sharper than ever before. The alien soldiers began to circle the cadets slowly, their movements deliberate, each step measured like predators assessing the strength and spirit of their prey, their eyes scanning every detail, every twitch, every micro-movement. The cadets felt the judgment passing over them, every heartbeat counting against them, every breath a test of control and courage. The arena seemed to shrink with every passing second as tension wrapped around the cadets. Like chains, one of the alien soldiers raised a massive armored fist and swung it in a test strike toward a cadet at the front, a blur of motion faster than comprehension, the sound of air splitting and armor straining echoed through the arena, sparks flying from the impact point, as if the very stones themselves shuddered at the power behind the strike. The cadets collectively held their breath, their eyes wide as the lesson of raw strength and speed became terrifyingly real. Young Deathworlder Cadet shifted slightly, his instincts guiding him, his muscles coiled, his body ready, his eyes fixed on the first soldier to strike him. He had survived storms that could tear villages apart, he had faced predators that could crush bones with a single bite. He had endured hunger and cold that would have broken lesser beings, and now he faced a warrior built to destroy. In an instant he felt the surge of adrenaline, yet his mind remained clear and precise around him. The cadets began to murmur silently, whispering prayers or words of encouragement for themselves or for their neighbors, yet the alien soldiers ignored all except the ones they chose to target. The rhythm of their steps, a drumbeat of impending danger, a signal that the trial had begun, and that the cadets would be tested not only in strength but in reflexes, courage, and the sharpness of their instincts. The storm above mirrored the chaos below, lighting the arena in jagged flashes as if the world itself bore witness to the coming battle. The first clash was sudden and explosive, the alien soldier lunging with a speed that blurred the edges of vision, the massive armored fist aimed directly at the young Deathworlder Cadet, the air itself seeming to ripple from the force. Sparks flew from the stone as the soldier struck the ground, inches from the cadet, who twisted instinctively, his body coiling like a spring, ready to react. The cadets around held their breath, their hearts pounding with a rhythm that matched the storm. Above, the cadet felt the pressure of the blow like the weight of a falling mountain, his muscles tensing as reflex took over, years of survival on the death world guiding every nerve, every fiber of his body. The punch missed by inches his shoulder, brushing past the shockwave that could have knocked him off his feet, yet the alien soldier recovered instantly, swinging with another strike. The ground, shuddering beneath the force. Every eye in the arena was fixed on the cadet now, every cadet holding themselves rigid for a moment of awe and disbelief. They had trained for years, yet none had experienced speed and power like this before. The alien soldier was a living weapon, honed by countless battles, unstoppable and unyielding. Yet the cadet moved with the fluidity of someone who had survived storms that tore through mountains, survived predators that could crush skulls with one bite, survived the unforgiving harshness of a world that demanded perfection for every step. The cadet ducked and rolled, planting his feet on the rocky ground, feeling every grain of stone under his boots. The alien soldier lunged, again and again, each strike a test of reflex and courage. Yet the cadet flowed with the motion, striking a balance between evasion and anticipation, his eyes never leaving the soldier's movements, reading the rhythm of attack, as if the world had slowed down around him, every motion precise, every dodge calculated, instinct and experience combining into perfect timing around them. The other cadets gasped, some whispering prayers, some unable to look away, their jaws tight with awe and fear, for they knew one misstep could end a lifetime of training in an instant. The alien soldier roared, a deep guttural sound that reverberated through the cliffs, sending a shiver down every spine. Yet the cadet held firm, his breathing controlled, his mind razor sharp, his body alive with the tension and focus that came only from surviving the impossible. Then it happened, the moment that would define the trial. The cadets saw the opening a fraction of a second. The alien soldier overextended its massive fist, a space exposed, an instinct took over, his leg shot upward in a brutal arc, a strike that connected with armor and flesh, sparks and force exploding outward. The alien soldier staggered backward, its eyes widening beneath the helmet. For the first time it had been caught off guard. The cadets around could not believe what they had seen. The arena erupted in whispers, the storm above crackling, as if celebrating the audacity. The counterattack had shifted the momentum. The young Deathworlder Cadet had met power with precision, strength with cunning, and the battle was far from over. Yet the first instant of triumph was his, and every cadet watching knew they were witnessing something extraordinary. The alien soldier stumbled back from the sudden brutal strike, its armored body rocking with the force, sparks flying from dented plating as the cadet readied himself. Every muscle coiled like a spring, the arena tense with anticipation, every cadet and commander watching with bated breath, for this was no ordinary display of skill. This was a contest of instinct, courage, and survival. The storm above mirroring the chaos below, with lightning streaking the sky and thunder rolling across the jagged cliffs. The cadet moved before the soldier could recover, his body flowing with momentum, his feet striking the jagged stone, planting firmly as he anticipated the next lunge. his eyes never leaving the soldier's glowing gaze, every sense alert his mind, calculating yet unhesitating for experience on the death world, had taught him to act without fear, to trust the instincts that had kept him alive through storms and predators far more deadly than any alien. Soldier Cadet, alien soldier roared, and lunged again, a blur of raw strength and speed, its fist aimed to crush and punish, yet the cadet shifted like liquid, twisting under the blow, letting the force pass harmlessly by his shoulder. He countered with a series of rapid strikes, his leg and fists moving in a precise rhythm, each blow aimed to exploit the smallest opening his body. A weapon refined by survival rather than training, and for a moment the arena itself seemed to pause as sparks and dust filled the air around. Them cadets whispered nervously, their eyes wide, some unable to tear their gaze away, for the battle unfolding was unlike anything they had imagined. The alien soldier was a living nightmare of strength and precision. Yet the cadet met it, not with fear, but with cunning, his timing perfect, his reflexes honed beyond what most could comprehend, his body anticipating the rhythm of his opponent in a deadly dance that balanced attack and evasion. The alien soldier swung again, striking sparks from the stones as its armored fists met the air where the cadet had been moments before, each movement faster than thought, each motion a test of will and endurance. The cadet dodged and twisted, exploiting every overreach, landing strikes that rocked the soldier without pause, maintaining balance and momentum, his breathing steady, his focus absolute, a storm of motion contained within a single controlled figure. The spectators leaned forward, their hearts pounding, the commanders gripping railings, their jaws tight, as they saw the cadet evade strike after strike and land counters that would have felled a lesser opponent. The cadet moved as though guided by instincts older than the empire itself, timing and force combining with precision and speed, the storm above lighting the arena in jagged flashes, as if nature itself bore witness to the audacity unfolding below. Each strike increased tension, the cadet flowing from one movement to the next, no hesitation, no fear, only survival and skill. Each counterattack landing with brutal efficiency, the alien soldier staggering yet adapting, yet for the first time questioning the cadet who had dared to meet power with precision. The battle continued with relentless intensity, the arena alive with sparks and dust and the sound of combat echoing off the cliffs like thunder. The alien soldier staggered backward momentarily, stunned by the brutal counterattack, yet it recovered almost instantly, its massive fists swinging in a blur, each movement carrying the weight of power honed by countless battles. The cadet's eyes never wavered, his breathing steady, every nerve alert, every muscle coiled for the next strike. He had learned to read movement, to predict momentum, to act before thought could even form his body, a weapon born of survival instincts, sharpened in the harshest death world conditions. The arena trembled beneath the force of their movements, sparks flying from armored fists striking stone as each combatant pressed and tested the other. The cadets lining the arena could hardly follow the speed, their jaws tight, their hands clenching gauntlets, some hearts pounding with awe, some with fear, every eye fixed upon the duel, a mix of raw power and calculated instinct, unfolding like a storm contained within the jagged cliff. The cadet shifted again, moving with impossible speed, dodging a crushing swing and twisting into the alien soldier's blind spot, his legs snapping upward in a precise, brutal strike, the impact reverberating through the stone floor, sparks flying off armor, the alien soldier letting out a guttural sound of surprise and force as it stumbled, staggering sideways, trying to regain balance. The spectators gasped, their hearts hammering with adrenaline, the raw audacity and skill displayed impossible to look away from. Round the arena, the storm above mirrored the chaos below, lightning splitting the darkened sky, illuminating the cadet's face calm and focused, while rain and wind whipped around him, his hair plastered to his head, his muscles rippling with every calculated motion. Yet his eyes remained unbroken, a window into a mind sharpened by hardship, a spirit that refused to yield to overwhelming power. The alien soldier adjusted its stance, circling like a predator, yet for the first time wary of its proth. The cadet flowed seamlessly from one motion to another, every dodge, every strike a continuation of the last he anticipated attacks, as if reading the rhythm of the alien soldiers. Bafta, each movement precise, exploiting gaps in the massive armor, each blow landing with impact, yet never reckless, always measured, his counterattacks growing more daring as the alien soldier struggled to predict the flow of his instincts, moved through the other cadets, some mouths open in disbelief, others shaking their heads trying to comprehend how someone so small and plain could stand against the apex of the Empire. They watched as the young Deathworlder evaded strike after strike and landed blows that would have felled the strongest warriors. The commanders leaned forward, their hands tightening on the railings, silent yet aware that history was unfolding before them. A cadet untested by the Empire, proving skill and courage could surpass brute strengths. The alien soldier swung again. A massive punch, aimed to overwhelm, yet the cadet twisted midair, evading narrowly, landing a precise kick to its side, again sparks flying, the force staggering the creature. Backward, it roared, low and guttural, echoing across the cliffs, as if acknowledging the unexpected skill the cadet had displayed in every motion. Every strike, every dodge, the arena alive with the raw intensity of combat, and the promise of a legend being forged. The alien soldier staggered backward, its massive frame swaying slightly as the young Deathworlder cadet pressed the advantage, moving with relentless precision. Every motion flowing seamlessly into the next, his eyes never leaving the glowing gaze of the soldier that had once seemed unstoppable. The ground beneath them rattled with the force of their combat sparks, flying from armor and stone, each strike echoing like thunder across the jagged cliffs of the Deathworld arena. The cadet shifted, his weight planting his feet firmly, feeling every groove and crack in the stone beneath his boots. His muscles coiled, ready to strike with the accuracy of a predator that had hunted to survive, every movement calculated yet instinctual, honed through years of harsh survival on a planet that spared no weakness. The alien soldier lunged forward, swinging its massive fists in a pattern designed to overwhelm, yet the cadet moved like liquid, twisting and turning, dodging the crushing blows with grace and deadly precision. Each counterattack landed with brutal efficiency, a kick to the armored side, a swift strike to the shoulder, each movement forcing the alien soldier to adjust its stance, breaking its rhythm. A creature built for dominance now, forced to recognize skill it had not anticipated. The cadets around watched in awe, their hands gripping gauntlets, their mouths tight or open in disbelief, for the young Deathworlder was defying expectations, surviving and countering a warrior the Empire had declared invincible. The storm above mirrored the chaos below, lightning flashing in sharp arcs, illuminating every detail. The cadets' breathing held in anticipation, the wind whipping across the cliffs, whipping rain into their faces. Yet the human cadet remained steady, unwavering, his focus absolute, his instincts guiding every strike, every dodge. The alien soldier hesitated for the first time, caught off guard by the speed and cunning of the one it had aimed to crush effortlessly. The cadet twisted midair, landing a brutal leg strike to the soldier's chest, sending a shockwave through its armor, sparks scattering as the alien staggered backward, surprised by the precision. The impact a declaration that it had miscalculated his ability, underestimated the skill born not from formal training but from a lifetime of survival against forces far more deadly than any warrior the Empire could produce. The cadet flowed seamlessly from dodge to counterstrike, every move a blur of controlled power, the alien soldier swinging faster yet faltering as it struggled to anticipate a pattern that existed beyond pure strength, a rhythm born of instinct and acute awareness, his fists and legs striking at vulnerable points, the audience unable to look away, captivated by the lethal grace of a cadet defying legend. Round the arena, whispers of awe and disbelief rippled through the cadets, some shaking their heads, others gasping in silent astonishment. The commanders leaned forward, gripping railings, their jaws tight, the Empire witnessing the impossible, a plain Deathworlder cadet surviving and countering the apex of the Empire forces, the story of which would echo through generations. The alien soldier roared low and guttural, acknowledging, for the first time, the danger of the cadet. Before the arena crackled with electricity, the storm above lightning and thunder marking the rhythm of combat, sparks flying from each collision. The cadet unyielding, adapting, flowing, countering and landing blows that shifted the momentum entirely. The legend of the battle already beginning to form in the minds of all who watched. The alien soldier roared low and guttural, its armored fists swinging with renewed force, yet for the first time, it moved cautiously, aware that the cadet before it was no ordinary trainee. Every strike it threw met air or stone, as the young Deathworlder twisted and dodged, his body flowing like water, instinct guiding each movement, his legs snapping upward in rapid counterstrikes, landing with precision that sent sparks flying from metal and stone alike, the arena alive with energy and tension. The cadets watching from the sidelines could hardly breathe, their hearts hammering in unison with the rhythm of combat, whispers running through the crowd, awe, disbelief, and fear mixing in a palpable haze. Some mouths open, some fists clenched as they tried to comprehend how one cadet could survive against the apex predator of the Empire. The storm above mirrored the chaos below, lightning slicing through dark clouds, illuminating every movement in stark, brilliant flashes. The cadet moved like a blur, evading crushing blows, his instincts tuned to the rhythm of the alien soldier's body. Every dodge a calculation, every strike a test of precision. He had survived storms that could tear villages apart, predators that could crush bones with a single bite, and now he faced a being built to annihilate. Yet he met it with skill, courage, and deadly timing. The alien soldier swung again, attempting to overwhelm, yet the cadet twisted mid-air, landing a brutal kick to the shoulder that staggered the massive figure. Reach impact reverberated through the stone floor, sending sparks scattering across the arena. The spectators leaning forward, their eyes wide, for the cadet had not only survived but seized the momentum, his strikes flowing like a storm wave, unstoppable and unrelenting. The alien soldier backing up for the first time, cautious respect entering its glowing eyes. It had underestimated the young Deathworlder. It had assumed size and armor would dominate, yet here was proof. Raw instinct and skill could defy even the greatest of warriors. The cadet pressed the advantage, moving with relentless precision, striking again and again, dodging all retaliation. A deadly dance of evasion and attack that left the alien soldier staggering, each blow measured, yet brutal, each motion flowing into the next like a single unbroken line of motion. His mind clear, his body a weapon, his spirit unyielding, a predator faced with another predator who could not be intimidated or controlled. Around the arena, whispers turned to exclamations, some cadets shaking their heads, others gasping in astonishment. The commanders above gripping railings, their jaws tight, silent witnesses to the impossible. The young Deathworlder had taken the apex of the Empire and forced it onto the defensive, showing strength not of size but of heart, instinct, and willpower. The storm above crackling and thrumming in rhythm with the combat below, marking every strike, every dodge, every counter with brilliant light and thunder. The alien soldier swung again, its movements fast and powerful, yet flawed as the cadet anticipated. Every strike reading the rhythm of muscle and momentum, moving like liquid in perfect timing, landing strikes that staggered the creature, a legend being born in real time. Sparks flying, armor denting, and dust rising. The battle, a symphony of raw power, precision, and instinct. The cadet unyielding, the alien soldier forced to respect the unexpected foe. The cadet moved with unstoppable momentum, each motion flowing into the next, a blur of speed and precision. The alien soldier staggering under the relentless assault for the first time. Its massive fists slowed, slightly cautious, wary of every strike that came like lightning from the Deathworlder, whose instincts guided his every action, his muscles coiled, ready to counter every attack and exploit every weakness. The arena alive with sparks and dust flying from armored plates and jagged storm above mirrored the chaos below, lightning crackling through dark clouds, illuminating the combatants in stark white flashes, thunder rolling across the cliffs like a drumbeat to mark the rhythm of the deadly dance. Every cadet and commander watching, frozen in awe and disbelief, their eyes unable to look away from the spectacle unfolding before them. The young Deathworlder had seized the momentum. He had turned defense into offense. Every dodge, every strike, calculated to perfection, every movement, a testament to survival instincts honed by the harshest conditions of his homeworld. The alien soldier lunged with fury, its fists swinging in patterns designed to crush and dominate. Yet the cadet moved with a fluidity that rendered size and power meaningless, twisting under blows, landing kicks and strikes with surgical precision, each hit staggering the massive figure, forcing it to adjust its balance and strategy. The crowd whispering in awe, murmurs of disbelief spreading like wildfire through the ranks, the impossible being made real before their eyes. Side brutal spinning kick landed squarely against the alien soldiers, armored side sparks exploding from the impact, the force staggering it backward, its roar deep and guttural, reverberating across the cliffs. Yet the cadet flowed with the momentum, landing a series of strikes that forced the soldier onto the defensive, every blow precise, every motion lethal yet controlled, a symphony of skill and instinct played out on the jagged stones of the arena. The cadets around could hardly contain their astonishment, some clenching gauntlets, others mouths open in disbelief. The commanders, leaning forward, gripping railings, their expressions hidden but their bodies tense, with recognition that a legend was being forged. A Deathworlder had not only survived the apex predator of the Empire, but had taken control of the fight, had shifted momentum entirely in his favor, a moment that would be whispered about for generations. Alien soldier swung again, trying to regain control, yet each attempt was anticipated and countered. Each powerful strike dodged with ease and met with a devastating kick or punch from the cadet. His eyes calm, his body coiled and ready, every nerve alive and attuned to the rhythm of battle. He moved like the storm around them, fierce and unstoppable, yet perfectly controlled, as if the chaos itself answered to his instincts. Box and dust filled the air, each impact reverberating through the jagged cliffs. The cadet, pressing forward, forcing the alien soldier back, the gap closing as every strike landed with precision. The massive warrior staggering under the repeated blows, its golden eyes widening in surprise and grudging respect. The arena charged with energy and tension, every heartbeat of every spectator aligned with the rhythm of combat, marking the rise of a legendary cadet. Did not falter, every dodge, every strike, every kick, a declaration that he would not yield, that he could survive and dominate. A warrior thought invincible. The alien soldier now forced entirely on the defensive. A predator confronted with a force it had never anticipated, and the spectators, watching, knew the final act was approaching, the moment that would define the impossible. The cadet pressed forward with unstoppable precision, every strike landing with brutal efficiency. The alien soldier staggering backward, struggling to regain balance, its massive fists swinging wildly, yet every movement anticipated, countered, and exploited by the young Deathworlder, whose instincts flowed like water through the chaos, his legs snapping upward in a series of devastating kicks, each landing with sparks flying from armor and stone, the arena alive with the raw intensity of combat. The spectators watched in awe, their breaths held. The cadets, on the sidelines, whispering disbelief, their eyes wide with astonishment. The commanders, gripping railings, tense as history unfolded before them. The young Death had taken the apex warrior of the Empire and forced it into retreat, each dodge, each counter, a testament to skill, courage, and survival instincts honed in the harshest environments imaginable. The storm above mirrored the chaos below, lightning flashing in jagged arcs, illuminating the combatants in stark brilliance, thunder rolling across the cliffs like a drumbeat, marking each strike, each counter, each calculated movement, every moment building toward the inevitable conclusion of the battle. The cadet moved like a force of nature, his body a weapon, his mind razor sharp, his focus absolute, reading the rhythm of the alien soldier's strikes, predicting every motion. Then the moment came, the final opening. The alien soldier overextended, its massive fist a fraction too far, a space exposed, and the cadet reacted instinctively, his legs shooting upward in a spinning arc, connecting with the side of the alien soldier with explosive force, sparks flying armor, denting the shockwave reverberating across the jagged stone. The soldier staggering, crashing to its knees, the crowd erupting in stunned silence and disbelief at the audacity and skill of the cadet. The young Deathworlder did not pause, flowing with the momentum, landing a series of precise and powerful strikes that forced the massive alien backward. The soldier roared low and guttural, a sound of both fury and acknowledgement, its golden eyes narrowing as if recognizing for the first time the full measure of the cadet before it. Every strike a declaration of skill and survival, a challenge met with unmatched instinct and courage. Round the arena, whispers of awe and astonishment spread like wildfire, some cadets shaking their heads, others wide-eyed, unable to comprehend how one cadet had survived and dominated the apex of the Empire. The commanders leaned forward, gripping railings, their faces hidden but their bodies tense, as the reality sank in that a legend had been forged in real time and would echo through generations of warriors. The alien soldier finally settled onto one knee, its massive head bowing slightly, a gesture of respect for the cadet, whose body coiled and ready, his eyes calm and unwavering, the storm above cracking and flashing in celebration, the arena alive with energy and tension. The cadet standing victorious, breathing heavy, yet controlled the apex predator of the Empire bested, and the impossible made real. The spectators erupted in whispers, exclamations, and awe. The young Deathworlder had survived and countered every strike, proving that instinct, courage, and skill could surpass size and raw strength. The legend of the cadet and the brutal counterattack would be told for generations. A story of survival and dominance, a testament to the power of the human spirit and the unforgiving training of the Death.